Hi, this is Kay Hirai. Um, Today, I am so excited to show you something that I made. And I sent these out to people to express my thoughts for peace, world peace. And I really, really loved it. And I noticed that when I sent it out to a couple of people, they just loved it. So I thought maybe I would try to recreate this again here right in front of you so you could watch and to see how I did it. And I'm not really sure if I could remember it, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if you have pencil and watercolor and things like that, you could just go ahead and follow me, or you could just watch it and do it later. But I tried to use a very limited amount of color palette on this. And it's basically blue and different colors of pink. And I'm gonna see. Yeah, and I have this little piece of gray to write the piece, a little sign. So let me see if I could do this. And the way that I do my artwork, I know is that when we try to draw an object in the middle, like this bird of peace that I have here, and if I try to replicate this, it's very difficult because it just doesn't always seem to go in the right place. So the best thing to do is for you to just cut something out. It doesn't have to be a perfect thing, but kind of like an idea of what you're trying to do. And then if you would place it, I kind of want it going kind of ascending up and probably right to about this size, because I want to leave this place for the flower and things like that. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and place it right about there, kind of more towards the right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get some, maybe a blue color pencil, and just kind of go chase kind of around it so that I know exactly where I want the bird to be. And I don't necessarily plan to follow this exact, but I do just kind of want a beginning where the beak head should go and where the body should go. So here's the bird. And then I'm going to, let me see where I could go ahead and do some kind of a mountain-like effect where the bird is flying. And so I just kind of want an idea. It's not really drawn very thick. So now I'm going to take a probably, let me see if I could do it with number 6 brush. This is a number 8. Maybe it's 8 will do. Maybe 8 will work. So just to save some time, you know that I always have a lot of white inside my color palette. And I do have some of the colors mixed. So I might just go ahead and mix a little bit of the white in here to lighten up the shade. And it's always a good idea to go from, and I guess I can't say this enough, just go with a lighter shade to begin with. And let me see if I could just follow this shape and paint a very simple bird with the wings kind of going in and out. And put a little bit of water on my brush. And I know the color is getting a little bit lighter, but it's okay because you could always go back and accent it, add brighter colors at the end. Okay, so here's the bird's head. And I might just go ahead and do the rest of the body. And sometimes I look at this and I go, this doesn't look like a bird. But it's okay, because you know that once you get it done, remember I always say that, have faith, because it will look good. To me, it should be a little bit longer. So I'm just going to go ahead and lengthen this tail up just a little bit. There. Now I'm going to maybe add another coat here. Just kind of even out some of the areas that looks like it doesn't have enough color. This is what I love about the watercolor, because you could just go ahead and go over it again. Okay, so I made a little mistake there, but it's okay. I'm gonna see what I could do with it at the end. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little beak on the bird, and I'm gonna go with the flowers. So I'm just gonna take my pen. Maybe I'll just do my pencil. I'll take my pencil and maybe draw in a little beak. And now that I know I like it, I'm going to, I wonder if this will do it. I'm going to take a little marker, and then draw it in a little deeper. Okay. And I think I'm going to put a little eye. Ooh, it's kind of, it was still too wet, so it's kind of spreading out, but it's okay. You have to try real hard to dry it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a just a little pencil, and I'm going to draw the little stem to the flower that he's carrying. See, so you could mix all kinds of things with it. You don't have to always just use only the watercolor. And then I'm going to draw just a little bit of the bottom base of the flower. And I kind of want to make this flower big, so I'll make my base a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to take I think this is a number 2. And I've already mixed this color right here, so I'm going to draw a little flower, and I want this flower to be very bright because and this color here is I mixed red and orange and pink together to get this color. I love this color. It looks kind of coral. So you can't really tell what color it is, right? It doesn't look like it's pink. It doesn't look like it's red. So I might just go ahead and spread this out just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to rinse my brush out and get this to be a little lighter shade. And I'm going to draw, that wasn't enough. I'm going to draw another row of flowers, petals. And you notice how now I'm making it very, very light. Oh, that's lovely. Now I'm going to take, maybe the next row, I'm going to make it a little bit more shade. I'm just loving to, I've been doing a lot of practice with painting really fine, and I'm really liking it because you could really have so much more control of your brush. This is not wet on wet like the type that we usually do. This is actually letting the paint dry and then you go over it again. And look at the lovely, lovely shades that you get from this. So I'm making this flower really big. And I'm not really happy with the bird's eye. Let me see what I could do here. So maybe I'll just draw a little circle around it. There we go. I covered that up. Now I'm going to go and add some accent with a marker. And put a little circle on it. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm going to do the same thing here on the tail. I'm trying this new pen called Molotow acrylic pen. And only because I'm having problems with other mediums that I was using with other pens. They kept drying out and it just doesn't go on. So I'm trying this one. And so far it's working out really good. So we'll see. Okay, here's the bird and here's the flower and the bird's mouth. Then I'm going to be drawing some clouds. And what kind of clouds do I want to draw? And I just always kind of mark it on here. And when I tried it, well, it looks too pink. I'm not looking for, and that looks too blue. That's the only thing with markers. You can't really find exactly the color you want, and it's hard to mix them too. So I'm gonna try one with one of my watercolor paints. Now I think I'm happy with that color right there. And that color is called Petal Pink. I'm gonna put it right here. And it has just kind of a very powdery pink effect to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let's see, I'm going to paint a cloud right here with pink. Now, whoever thought of pink clouds, but I did. I think it'll be kind of nice to see a picture of clouds pink. And you could do it with any color you like. Use your favorite color. It's just that pink happens to be one of my favorite colors to draw with. And I might just put one right here, a small one, just to fill in this space. I don't want to do a whole bunch. There we go. Now we have the pink clouds. And that's pretty much it with the bird. And then I'm going to take a piece of paper and I really want to make it special. So what I'm going to do is, this is a piece of paper that I have found in my little stash box. And I'm sure that you all have your own, because I always encourage you to build your little stash box of papers because they come in so handy. And to me, this bird, just the way it is, looks a little flat. So I wanted to add, see what it would be if we added this. So, which way should we start? I think I might start with a smaller piece, and I'm just gonna put it up here. There's a little hole there, so I might have to go with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and guess and see what that would be like. And where does a bird lay so that I could put this right here? So I'm just going to go right to about here and stop because I don't want to go too far into this and see how this will fit. And then this might be going up just a little bit. Let's see how that goes. I think that it's, I think I'm going to have to cut this down a little bit at the bottom so that it's not going up that high. And I'm liking it better now that it's not so high. And this may not be the perfect color, I'm not sure, but it's okay. This is what my instinct is telling me I just can't seem to find any other paper that matches better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right here. And I'm gonna put it right at the corner. And then I know that I'm gonna have to start from here and then maybe end about there. So let me see what I could do here. I'm just gonna guess. And see what we could do here. Got a shape like this. That. And I'm gonna cut it off right here. Push it, push it, push it. There we go. Okay, I think that will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and put glue on this piece. And then I'm going to push it right up against next to it. And then I'm going to push it all the way down. And then I cut it. So here now the bird has this bottom. And then I feel like this is really bright and this needs a little bit more of something that's red. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let me see if I can come up with the brighter pink that I used on the flower. I'm going to take that and I'm going to add just a little bit of brightness on these clouds. See what that does? It just kind of brings out the bright color to the top. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of these pieces of bright flowers or the color from this paper, and I'm going to see what it looks like if I kind of added it here and there. And you don't need much, but just kind of try to push this up towards the top a little bit. Little tiny pieces. And this one, I'm gonna make it very, very tiny. Okay, so now I have something that's going up to push that color from the bottom to the top. And that's how you do it. If you feel like other parts look too pale. Now, isn't this fun? Collaging is one of my favorite things to do. Because I just feel like if it's just watercolor only or markers only, to me, it just looks a little bit faded and looks too one. I like dimension in my work. I like to see things that have more texture to it. And I know a lot of you like that too, right? So this is just a little way. There we go. So now there's a bird. Wow, that now is really beginning to look very, very arty and looks more contemporary than just drawing a regular bird, just with watercolors. Now I'm going to take a very fine brush. Well, maybe I'll just continue using this brush. I hope that it will be. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this little orange color I mixed. I'm going to mix it in with the lighter pink of the clouds. I'm mixing two colors here. And I'm going to be making this like little adding little pieces of, you feel like the petals are just kind of flying away. And do not use very much color for this. And as I go, it just is going, I want it to get more faded. And that's one thing about watercolors, you could just fade these colors out. And I'm just going to come down this way to balance it out a little bit. And see, as it comes towards right here, I want it to be more and more faded. Put a little bit, dip it in a water. It's amazing how long these colors stay on here, right? I just want to put a little bit on, but it seems like it's going and going and going. I'm just going to wipe this down a little bit. It's all these things that you do to it. It just makes this whole piece look so powerful, right? There, I think that's enough. I'm not going to do any more than that. So I guess this is a lesson on how you could create something so simple, like this simple little bird. The bird doesn't have a whole lot of anything on it, but by adding things to it, you could make it so much, you just make it come to life, and you create this interesting story from this. And this bird not carrying the olive branch like we normally do. She's carrying the huge blossom of dahlia looking flowers. And it shows that this bird is very strong because it could carry a large flower like this. The pale pink skies represent, to me, happiness, joy. And then underneath, we have cherry blossoms blooming from these mountains. And to me, this tells a really, really beautiful story of a bird or something that represents creating peace in this world. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Try it out. Make your own version of your bird in the little scenery. And so yes, I hope you have fun doing this, and I think you will. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again.